Well, like all my films, they get started the same way. It starts with an idea in my head. I mean, all three films have collaborated. With the exception of CO2, is really Adam's baby. He's the one who conceived of the story, and he wrote most of it. With 27 Down and Final Shift, I worked and collaborated with the writing on it. The story is really about the relationship between Margot and Frank. It's what I would call a buddy movie. They actually like each other. They have a mutual respect for each other's abilities, and although they're both very, very dysfunctional. The other two films that I did not act in. CO2, I had a scene at the very, very end, which was an idea Adam and I came up with. But this was the first one that I actually basically was a major character in. Who doesn't want to play a hitman? I mean, they're interesting characters to play, but I really thought and felt confident that I could bring a different viewpoint on it, that this was not somebody who was the best at what he did. He was just a very, very careful man, and very conservative in his ways, and at the same time he's starting to lose it a little bit. At this point where we pick up the story, he's toward the twilight of his career. And even though it is deep and I think and very rich in the characters, it is an action picture. And so we had a lot of special effects that we've never used before. We were learning them as we were doing them, but fortunately I pulled together a great crew. There was the one thing I do learn from this is that never will I ever again script something where I have to do a fight scene. And I think we shot just the wide shots to start off with. I think the sixth time, I probably shouldn't have had dinner, let's just say that. Like all, I think, directors, you want to find somebody who looks the part. And then the trick is to trying to find that person who looks the part that can actually do the part in the acting. And, we interviewed, we actually cast all the women first and then built off of that to match up to the male characters in the piece. And like I said, I'm totally happy with it. I think if people have often asked me between directing and acting, what is my greatest talent? And I always answer the same thing. I think my greatest talent is finding people and then getting the hell out of their way. Judy Coleman, who was the producer, my partner in life, and my partner on this film, she's the executive producer, an amazing, amazing woman. I mean, the thing she does is not just producing. She's the production manager. She keeps things running smoothly. She keeps me in check. I don't think we could make a film without her. I really don't. She is probably the hardest working person on the set, and she has an amazing ability to really communicate through a sense of humor and get everybody to do what they need to do. Just tremendously fortunate that she was in this picture. When we collaborate on a film, Judy does all of the executive, all the paperwork, all the pre-production. She gets everything. She helps with locations. And when we start filming, then she becomes the production manager. And like I said, she controls making sure the actors get on set. Just did a tremendous job. In fact, the whole crew was just tremendous in this. People often ask me, are you going to go the festival route? Well, I didn't get in this business to go the festival route. I got in it to, and I'm sorry, make money. I want to be profitable. I think that is a measure of success. Yes, I'm artistic. Yes, I like that part of it. But I think you can marry those two talents together, and I think, we've proven we can do that. We've had a breakthrough with CO2 that is now out to distribution. We've sold in 12 countries so far. I expect the same success with The Final Shift.